Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Evolutionary Soul Enigma. Doing a fire sign collective. So just when you see this message, it's a love reading, how your person feels, what's the energy that's coming in. Fairness. And actually in the pre-shuffle I did was about balance. It was Six of Pentacles wanted to pop out. Equal give and take, reciprocity. And here we have again the six contracts. So legal matters could be going on, or again just equal reciprocity, something being fair in context. Something unexpected, storm warning. I just feel like that's just an unexpected message coming through. Energy for fire signs. One more. And patience. Yeah, this could have been a decision that you've been waiting on for a long time. And it's finally coming to an end, but a choice will have to be made. I feel like you're not going to see this opportunity coming, but it will be a big decision for you to have to make. I feel like you shouldn't let outside influence cloud your judgment. In the past, definitely this person was married, was financially set and stable, and an ending, it feels like an ending came about that it wasn't fair in the sense of the give and take. Somebody lacked. Yeah, and we have a tower moment here, which is just about endings. It's something that's divinely guided. It's always in our best interest, and it's a blessing in disguise. And that's how I feel here, along with the storm warning, because even these two with contract and storm warning comes to a divine choice. So this is a divine blessing. It was a blessing, or it's going to be a blessing in disguise. But even this is kind of repetitive energy right here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Tower. So I feel like this was an ending in your person's past. Yeah. They could have shared children with this person. I feel like it was a strong commitment, financially stable at the time, but there was something missing. I'm getting a lack. Even though on the outside appearances look good, but internally there was something missing. And I feel like it was a lack of emotion. Things went cold, things went sour quickly. Your person's energy is coming in as Eight of Pentacles. So again, a card of patience, working on something diligently over a long period of time. They just may be putting the pieces of their life back together, focusing on work, spending a lot of time, late nights, looking. Because I feel like they're having some kind of epiphany of some sort. They see you as the King of Wands, which is just an energy, female or male, who is a decisive leader, very attractive, extremely attractive at that, especially with the Queen of Pentacles, somebody that takes care of themselves. It's an energy of being very physically attractive, taking care of one's body. Seen by and adored by many. Somehow whether, and you can flip-flop this energy as it in any way you see fit, but it also appears like whether you fit this bill of being in the Queen of Pentacles and King of Wands energy next to the star, but the King of Wands is not even looking at his blessings. It's like he's blocking them out, and that's a very purposeful energy. I'm not sure why, but we'll see that. But again, with the Tower and the Star, this is a divine blessing happening, so it does serve a purpose. Somebody could still be healing, though. Yeah, Queen of Swords as your person's energy. Very cold energy. Both people not speaking. Look, it appears that no one's talking right now. And both are blocking out their blessings. So you have fire, air energy, Aquarius. You have some earth energy here too. But both you and your person are in the same energy. You're both not speaking. You're both blocking your own blessings. But your feelings toward one another are very much a healing energy. It's hopeful, but it's almost like you've turned your back on the hope about this ever coming together. Both you and your person. It's like you want to take action, but it's like I feel like you or your person says, hands up. I don't know what else I can do. I feel like I've done everything, but not getting a response. It's like you're the one that's maybe always reaching out, because I see you here in the action sense of things, while your person is still in the mental stage, just thinking about it, but not actually, seeming kind of cold and distant from you. Not responding maybe to messages quickly, taking a long time. It's like just giving you the cold shoulder. Not seeing that this is exactly what they asked for. They asked for love to come in and divine blessings, but then it's here and they're not seeing it as that. Yeah. There's a sense of fantasy here, wishful thinking. And that's what you don't see coming in. A lot of sevens in this reading. So again, it's all about divine blessings. I feel like you or your person is realizing that you need to do something and trying to figure out all your options as to how to go about doing it. Because your advice is just to meditate on it, just to think, take a time out. But I feel like there's already a lot of time out going on here. Too much, in a sense, because there's not a lot of action related. It's like thinking about it, overthinking about it. But because no one's really moving, it's like the divine's going to come in and force you to move. Force a decision, force some kind of outcome. And I feel like both of you are going to get some kind of epiphany. Could also be seeing each other and in each other's dreams, dreaming about this person. Wondering why. But that's also signs and synchronicities I see going on. And the divine's trying to talk to you, but somebody here is not listening. And again, it's a lot of mutual energy going on as to why this is happening, but nobody's listening. Nobody's really communicating. A lot of overthinking going on. You know, and I do see in the future forward energy, going forward, there will be communication. There will be a heart-to-heart conversation at the end that will definitely push this forward, because we have the Wheel of Fortune here. we have the Wheel of Fortune. And this is all about moving forward. The wheel's already turning. This is already in the works. This is something that's already been in movement and taking active activity in your life already, whether you see it or not. It's also kind of behind the scenes. So this is your angels or spirit guides also working with you. And we have King of Swords, a counterpart for the Queen here. And I get a sense of, too, that this person doesn't want to repeat history. They've been married in the past, and it ended abruptly, quickly, badly. It was very hurtful, and they had to start over. And so they basically threw themselves into work and focused on themselves. So it's almost like a very stingy energy. It just threw them off. They felt like it threw them off course. It threw them out of whack. And just trying to find a balance between home life and work seems to be what is part of the overthinking process of how they want to proceed with you. But in the meantime, it's like beings where you feel like you're always the one to reach out. You're always the one to text. You're always the one to make the phone calls. You're always the one to try and communicate and not getting a response. Or, it's like this person is not being straightforward with you. They're not communicating openly. They still have some blocked energy. And it's very misleading. So it's creating doubt and worry in your mind, trying to figure out what's your next move from here. But at the same time, there's too much fog, and the fog needs to be lifted. And I feel like that's where the tower is coming in. It's a blessed, fortunate event that's going to clear up any misgivings to help move you into a position where you will communicate and have a heart-to-heart talk, because this is a destined, fated event to happen. This is bound to happen. So you can each be on even playing ground. Because right now you're just not seeing eye to eye. I don't really see any arguments. I just see where there's not any clarity. There's confusion. But there's just going to be a strong realization that this is your soulmate. This is a person that is meant to be in your life. There's a strong realization that you've had history with this person already. And it's like they kind of have a fear of history repeating itself if they go into another relationship. And they're just overwhelmed by the feelings of it. On how to progress. Now, this is also another part of it. I do see where they could have that ex still in their lives that is trying to block this situation on purpose, this relationship, this coming together. And whether they try or not, it's still going to go forward because we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is already meant to be. So again, with that Two of Cups, this is going to come out and be exposed about what some of the blockages were in your person's energy. Because in the end, this is fated to happen. I do feel like you and your person live at a distance. I see this being more than just around the block, but for some of you, it could be that your person is closer than out of state, but I do see this being of much further distance. But there's a lot of divine energy in this read. This reading is very much about healing and a lot of stubbornness too. because there's not a lot of movement besides the divine coming in and saying, hey, you guys need to wake up. You got a great blessing here. This is what you both asked for. And yet neither one of you are really taking the action, or there's misalignment in the sense of how you're communicating. And it's almost like in the past it was just bad timing. And now there's a window of opportunity, but that window is slowly getting smaller. And, you know, to have that openness of that communication where you can be vulnerable. And neither one of you are being vulnerable right now. Neither one of you are opening up your heart, because it's like little misgivings, little things that are adding up. A lot of, I think it's more miscommunication when you do text. This seems like a lot of quick messaging. Not a lot of communication, but when you do, it's miscommunication. And it's a lot of waiting energy, waiting for each other. But this person, well, and actually not your person alone. You both have where you're overthinking. You know, you need to clear your mind, because you're naturally, both of you are dreaming about each other. You're fantasizing about each other. You're constantly on each other's mind. And it's actually becoming an overthinking process, because you're not really getting to any conclusions, because you don't have any answers, because neither one of you are communicating. So you're allowing the mentality of it to get the best of you. But I would listen to your dreams and your hunches, as your spirit guides are trying to give you messages on how to go forward with this, so that when you do come together, you're able to communicate openly, honestly, and have that vulnerability, as they do want to fix this. This is seeing the big picture in the end and taking action about it. But right now, neither one of you are seeing the big picture, because you're not really communicating well. Let's see what else we can. And the thing is, this Queen of Swords is a great communicator. She can come off cold, but it's just because she uses discernment, because she's got her walls up. She's guarded. She's in protect mode. She's been through it all. She doesn't want to go through it again. She doesn't want to repeat history. She doesn't want to feel that hurt and that pain again. She's already healed from that before. So she's not willing to go down that road again. She's not going to. She has strong boundaries. She has, she's just not going to put up with any BS. Yeah. But again, here, counterpart for the Queen of Pentacles that was in the past. And I did say, too, it's almost like a dual energy, because I was saying this person doesn't want to repeat the past. And this is when they were married. About when they were married, they're not willing to repeat the past and go through all the sudden hurt and pain, like it just dropped in their lap and they didn't know what to do with it. It caused too much chaos and confusion in their life. And then it essentially made them unbalanced. So it's like they're trying to find themselves again and rebalance and recalibrate their lives, because they're not going to go through that. I feel like somebody really did them dirty and used some underhanded tactics. Again, this person was married. They were married, and somebody played childish games, and it was a no-win situation, but they had to still deal with them, because I do feel like there was children involved, and that's why they still, have to correlate with their ex, and that's also a part of one of the blockages. So let's see what is in Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a lot of solitary you know, just focusing on me. Again, that Five of Swords wanted to come up. And this can also be self-sabotage. You know, sabotaging a connection. Sometimes it's on purpose, sometimes it's not. But it's ultimately because we don't know how to deal with our feelings. And so when we do or say things, it comes off rash, cold, you know, cunning, and it's just not a good energy to be in. This could also be other people interfering in the connection, just trying to figure out how to get people to mind their own dang business. Slide of Towers here, because this is the current energy, so I do feel like somebody's having, yeah, fast-paced energy. Knight of Wands. In and out energy. Definitely going through an ending. And I feel like it's an ending of non-action, because this is being forced. Your spirit guides are saying it's time to turn things around, because we're moving things forward anyway. With the Death card up under there. This allows for the old to be removed so that you can renew, come into your rebirth. Letting go of that old past energy, that old hurts, old wounds that we carry around. A lot of the times it's subconscious wounds that come into our future relationships because they needed to be healed before entering into a future relationship, so that we don't repeat those same mistakes. I do feel like there's a lot of energy here, mutual energy of both of you essentially lying to yourselves about how you feel. Just not being honest, in the sense, not because you're not being vulnerable, you're not putting your feelings out there, that you're not getting the communication, the reaction that you want, because you're not being vulnerable, neither one. And it's somewhat both a guarded energy, but one more so than the other. I feel like one person felt like they did more than the other, and they're tired of doing all the work. They feel tired, like, why should I keep doing everything if I'm not getting a response? But we also have to remember, when we give, we shouldn't have the expectation to receive. Let the chips fall where they fall. Oh, yeah. Wanting, again, unexpected communication. This is also somebody that's watching, following someone's page online, I feel like. Keeping tabs on them. So we had the Two of Wands up under that. You know, this is also having a vision for the future and thinking about it and overthinking it and seeing it in your mind's eye, but not sharing it. So when it comes down to the actual action of it, and it's like the other person wants, I'm going to say your person, and again, fit it where it fits, as the roles can be reversed, wants you to come with, it's like they want you to keep reaching out, but yet they're slow to respond because they're always in this guarded energy. Because of the fear of not wanting the history to repeat itself. For some of you, this is also people that are in the process of a divorce, of an abrupt situation. Yeah. Like it's happening now, and they're filing paperwork, and I see this too. But it's still currently in the process. It's in the works, but it's happening now. I mean, it's underway. And they're just limited on communication with you, but you're always in their thoughts, but they can't take any action. So there's actually two types of groups here with that. I'm getting a couple different messages on how that is supposed to be received, but they do think about and visualize a life with you. It's like they feel like they can't live without you, but there's nothing that they can do about it right now. But there is a lot of fantasy here, a lot of dreaming energy of when you two do come around to each other, because there is a fated event that is meant to happen where you will share your feelings, where you will pour your emotions into. And I'm tongue-tied, so that tells me that a lot of y'all's throat chakra is closed, and that's a huge problem right here with that. One person may still have, one person here has mastered their healing, the other person is still working on their healing. They haven't quite mastered it yet. They're still in that guarded energy, not in the receptive energy. Yeah. Having to make a choice. This is like having to make a choice of whether I want to stay single or not. What do I do from here? Do I, I have everything that I want, but lack love. There's no actual love. How do I say this? They feel like they have everything in a sense, but what they really want. But it's hard for this person to come out of their shell enough to show that emotion and to actually ask for the love. So they're trying to find that balance too, coming together. And it's all, I see a lot of divine cards here with the Temperance, especially next to the King of Pentacles. This is definitely talks about divine timing. So we have a lot of Virgo, Capricorn energy. I've seen a lot of Virgo energy in this reading. There's a lot of Aquarius. And it all talks about fairness and balance. Partnership alignment. But you both have to be in alignment for this partnership to come into union. But this is a soulmate. This is a blessed union if you two could just get on the same page. Get out of your head and do the action. Let's see what else. Oops. We want to be told. Milk and honey. And this is almost at the end of the deck here, this milk and honey. This is reaching the end goal. This is like, you'd be so happy, but you got to get there. This is the ultimate attainment. And this, again, comes to a 6, which just speaks about balance, reciprocity. So once you're able to get out of your head and your person come to in alignment with their full healing, then you're able to both speak openly and honestly about how you feel about one another, because the love is here. There's no doubt about it. You may have also started off as friends and want to take this relationship to another level and be more than friends. I'm seeing that too. Because, again, I feel like you don't want to lose this person. You don't want to live without them. And that goes for both groups. And there's a mending energy here. Wanting to come together and reconcile. And there are cards here speaking of reconciliation. But I feel like it's just going to hit. Like you both are just going to, you could be getting downloads and still not listening to your gut. But eventually, you will come together and have this heart-to-heart. Because this situation, there's all kinds of fixed energy here. But that also is people set in their ways. So I hope that you can come out of that enough to go the distance. Because this relationship will go, it has the potential to go the distance. If you allow it and you allow it to open up and receive the blessings that are right here in front of you. Because you find each other extremely attractive, smart, savvy, witty, financially stable. Someone you can be yourself with, but you're just not doing that at the present moment. And this would be a gift. You both would be a gift to each other. This is what you asked for in a partner, except for the lines of communication are blurred right now. Yeah. Tribe. This person's a part of your soul tribe. 8, what goes around comes around. This is also, you know, it speaks of the infinity symbol. You know, somebody you've been with in a past life. Somebody that you've had a relationship in the past and it's coming full circle. I do feel like someone's going to reach out and cross this finish line, because there's going to, this looks like a very big awakening in the sense of, hey, if I don't do something, I'm going to lose my blessing. I'm going to lose my person, and I don't want to do that. However, it's still in the process, because this Queen of Swords is still holding on to some kind of bitterness, some kind of, almost like a chip on her shoulder. And she's almost at that finish line, but she's still using a lot of discernment on how she wants to proceed, because of being reminded of the past. And that could be also this other energy that I see in here of a ex trying to block this union. So this also speaks of this Temperance having to blended families. You know, this can also be correlating the past with the present. So, you know, if this person's thinking about remarriage and remarrying, then naturally everybody's going to have a sit down and, you know, say, hey, where do we go from here? How can we, you know, make this work where everybody is on the same page? So I hope this gave you some kind of clarity, some kind of just, you know, an eye-opener to if what the holdup is. This looks more of like, hey, more of an advice spread than anything, because for the people I'm reading for, this is, some of you, this has already happened. A lot of you, this is presently happening, and it's still in the works. But just, I wouldn't overthink it too much as far as your everyday thinking, but listen to your gut instincts, listen to your inner self, go within, feel your emotions, feel what you're feeling, and say, hey, how can I be better so that I don't miss out on my opportunity to be with my person? Because there's going to be an ending. There is an ending here, and the wheel is moving forward, and we're going to get rid of what's holding us back so that we can move forward and have a vision of our future, because both of you want this relationship, no doubt about it. But somebody needs to take the blinders off and get out of their head and into the action part of it. Somebody's got to be the bigger person, more or less. So again, please, thank you for your time and watching. Again, I'm Evolutionary Soul Enigma, and if you'll please like, share, and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.